Welcome to AI Adaptive. Here we break down AI with tips, tricks, insights, and tutorials, making it easier for you to stay ahead. Our motto is AI Simplified. Learn, adapt, and thrive. Now let's get started.
In this video, I'm going to cover a feature of Google AI Studio that is one of the cooler features that I've seen. I haven't seen really anybody covering it or talking about it, and it is something that I think you're going to find very useful, and you'll want to add it to your AI toolbox. First of all, if you want to, you can go out to aistudio.google.com, and once you get there, you can sign up with your Google account, and it's free. So there's no cost associated right now with it. Once you do that, you'll land on this screen, and you'll see an option on the left called Stream RealTime. You click that, and this is what we're going to use. It's Talk with Gemini Live. Gemini being the Google's AI model, and specifically it's using Gemini 2.0 Flash Experimental. So thus it is an experimental product at this time, a model and product at this time. So keep that in mind. It does make mistakes at times, but it really makes up for it. It's still very useful, and most of the time it gets it right. So let's talk about what we're going to do. We're going to share a screen and talk to the AI. So it's going to take screenshots periodically of what we're looking at. It's going to evaluate them and respond based upon that screenshot and what we've prompted through talking to it that we want it to do. Once I click this button, Gemini is going to be listening. So I'm not going to be able to do a lot of commentary or anything because it'll confuse the AI. So you're just going to ride along with me. I'm going to open a spreadsheet, and I'm going to use Gemini to do some things to the spreadsheet. I think you're going to find this very useful and really cool. So here we go. Once you click that, you want to select the screen you want to share. All right.
Okay,
I am sharing.
You want to share something.
Yeah, I'm sharing a Google Sheet here. Can you take a look at it?
I see you're sharing a Google Sheet. Would you like me to take a look at it?
Yes, please.
Okay, I can see a spreadsheet titled Orders Received with multiple columns like order ID, order date, ship date, priority, discount, and so on. What specifically would you like me to look at?
So I was told there's a customer name of Guy Gallagher with the customer ID that I don't know what it is. Can you tell me what the customer ID is?
Certainly, a customer named Guy Gallagher has a customer ID of 27.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know, this is very busy. I think it would be best if we did a pivot table, but I haven't used pivot tables in Google Sheets in a long time. Can you walk me through that?
Okay, I see. You'd like to use a pivot table for this data, but it's been a while since you've done that in Google Sheets. I can help with that. Would you like me to start explaining how to create one?
Yes, and if you can remember, we're using Google Sheets.
Okay, I will remember that we are using Google Sheets. Let's start with creating the pivot table. The first step is to select the data you want to use. Do you want to select all the data or specific columns?
I selected all the data.
Okay, I understand. You've selected all the data. Now, after selecting the data, you would need to go to the Data menu and select Pivot Table. Do you see that option in your menu bar?
I don't see it in the menu bar. This is Google Sheets, remember that.
You're right, my apologies. In Google Sheets, the Pivot Table option is not under the Data menu. Instead, you can find it under the Insert menu. Can you check if you can see Pivot Table under the Insert menu?
Yes, there it is. And I just clicked it, and there's a pop-up window. Can you tell me what to do next?
Yes, I can help you with that. The pop-up window is asking where you would like to insert the new pivot table. You can either put it in a new sheet or in the existing sheet. What do you want to select?
I'm going to do the new sheet, and I'll click Create. And we got another screen now that you can take a look at.
Okay, I see you have a new screen with the pivot table editor on the right side and the empty pivot table on the left. Now to set up your table, you will need to select the fields you want to add to rows, columns, values, and filters. Which of these fields would you like to start with?
Can you recommend something, please?
Sure. Based on the data you have, a good starting point could be to add customer name to the rows and product category to the columns.
Let's
This will
add
give you a
customer
breakdown-
name to the rows. Tell me how to do that, please.
Okay, to add customer name to the rows, you'll go to the pivot table editor panel on the right side of your screen. Under rows, you'll see an add button, and when you click that, it will show you a list of available fields and you can select customer name. Would you like me to walk you through the process for the other field?
Yes, I think I'd like to add some something that's data for the customer name beside that. So can you recommend something for that?
Okay, I understand. You want to add some data next to the customer name. In the values section of the pivot table editor, click the add button. This will allow you to select a numerical column from your original data. You can then choose to display either the sum, average, count, or other calculation of this numerical column for each customer. Which numerical column and calculation method would be useful for you?
Well, I think we can, look at the fields and recommend something to me.
Okay, looking at the fields, I see unit price, shipping cost, and discount that you can add to the values. You could add unit price and have the pivot table calculate the sum, the average, or another calculation of the unit price for each customer. Is there any of these that would be more helpful to you?
No, I think that's good. I added unit price.
Great. You have successfully added unit price to the values, and it is showing the sum of unit price by customer name. Is there any other field you want to add, or anything you want to change?
I think that's good for right now. Thank you very much. So that's a really quick, simple example of using Stream RealTime, sharing your screen and talking with Gemini. As you can see here, it was taking the screenshots, so you can go back and look at the screenshots that it took as we were interacting with it. It is a really cool feature, and it can be incredibly useful. I showed it to my son, and he was going through his homework, not for answers. He was literally doing the work and was able to show on the screen the work being done, and it said it was wrong because he knew he already had the answers for the homework, and it was walking him through where he went wrong. That's a great use case. Looking for data, comparing data. We didn't do that. You can actually have two different screens and say, this is one spreadsheet and here's another spreadsheet. Can you look through this data and find and see if this relates to each other? So there's so many different use cases. Obviously, you saw that it can help you with almost any software that you want to use. It can do almost anything that's on a screen, so just keep that in mind. I'll be very interested to see how you all use this. I know I'm using it. It's in my AI toolbox. I'll interact with it, especially when I'm learning new software. When I'm coding, writing code, it's a great way to, I've got a bug somewhere and it can take a look at the code. I've already had it do that. It was able to answer what was wrong in the code for me and identify it. So there's a lot of use cases. It's only going to get better. Eventually, it will be able to interact with the screen, probably, and move you tell it what you want to do. That's going to be the future. We know that going forward. But for right now, there are a ton of use cases for this. So I wanted to share it. I will look forward to hearing from you how useful you think this is, use cases, or what you end up using it to do. So please leave me a comment about that. Or reply back, contact me. Love to hear from you. If you found this useful, I appreciate it. If you'd like and subscribe on whatever platform that you are watching it on, and share it as well. It just helps me and helps the channel. And we'll be back soon with another new tip, trick, or tool for you to take a look at.
Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future updates. Stay ahead with AI Adaptive, where our motto is AI Simplified. Learn, adapt, and thrive. See you next time.